Chapter 1. How to lose 10 kgs in 10 days, said the client. Miss, this is body weight, not some guy that you can lose in 10 days, said Uma, a nutritionist by choice, whose main job is to help her client realize that losing 10 kgs in 10 days and making six packs in a week is nearly impossible and thankfully for their own good. But my marriage is coming in a week. I only have 10 days to myself before the function begins, asserted the client. Ugh, marriage. By virtue of her profession, Uma has noticed a pattern. Most of the times, girls who are bright to be come to her often asking for more than a miracle and rarely a nutritional advice. And if by any chance they are still continuing to stay in touch after their marriage, it is 97% times true that they have been asked to lose weight either by relatives or by their in-laws. Because apparently few more kilos on a girl is too much to handle for guys whose belly will soon be touching the ground. But your tagline says fitness making impossible possible, said the client. It is for inspiring you to work out every day and not about losing 10 kgs in 10 days. Here I have made a diet plan for you that you can follow throughout your shadi season, and exercise chart that you can do from the easy of home while preparing for your big day, said Uma, hoping that her client doesn't lose her motivation while keeping her phone down. You are so worthless and in so much trouble for this, said Nina, whose sole purpose was to make life hell for her employees. Like if treating employees like a slave was an art, then this girl was Picasso at Picasso of it. Picking up her kids from school, hiding her boyfriend from her husband, to making her employees cook in kitchen so that she can have fresh food on the table. There is nothing that surprises anyone about this devil. She makes you do everything that was never mentioned on the job description. She has crossed limit of human decency to a point where it was hard to consider her as a human or give her respect as a human. But for now, let's just say that Nina is a human being who doesn't know what being human is like. But being called worthless triggered Uma like never before. Trying to maintain a professional environment, Uma could only squeeze, "Excuse me? You know these brides to be are one of our biggest clients for the company, that they are ready to spend millions to achieve that dream figure. You could have suggested an intermittent fasting or keto diet, but no, you are paid to deliver what client asks, not for your client welfare," commented Nina rudely. At this point, Uma had argued enough. Plus, her next appointment time was around the hook. So, for the last time, Uma said, client welfare will help us gain their trust and keep them hooked to their fitness program. But neither do I have time nor clearance to explain this to you. The whole office stood there in silence. Nina and Uma have always been at loggerheads. One doesn't think about other while the other one cannot stop thinking about others. Two extreme sides of the same coin. Although Uma is crowd's favorite, Nina at times long ago once was a golden employee for this company before her ego and maltreatment took everything for a toss. While the company Fit Me main goal was to offer expert guidance on your journey towards fitness, it soon realized that fitness is 50% exercise and 50% food. What you eat is what you get. Therefore, it stretched its branches in the field of nutrition, which is where nutritionists like Uma to witness has helped company to witness immense success. Now it is on the global frontier of developing an AI that will help and make diet plan and exercise chart that caters to personal need of each and every client, regardless to say in the field of fitness this company is in top 3. But one of the major challenges that this company faces is the lack of loyal clients. People join their fitness program, either they get excited, achieve their goals, and then leave, or due to the lack of immediate results, they lose motivation and leave. This is where people like Nina play their cards. They suggest client some quick but lethal diet plans like keto and whatnot, which help clients achieve their quick goal but at the cost of their lifetime's health. Uma has been slow due to her policies like vocal for local, where she studies her client demographics and their relationship with food, and then makes a diet plan that suits their taste and is gut friendly while still helping them lose those inches and kilos. Although Uma's growth in the company has been slow but steady, and right now she is one of the star employees, as she has the most loyal customers that have been with her for 3 years, highest ever in this company. Keeping her phone down and checking her email, she realized that her meeting with HR is in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Rushing over to the meeting room, Uma was praying for a good news. She has always kept her expectations at check, but today, God knows for what reason, today her heart seems to be jumping with joy. Fearing for something bad to happen, Uma entered the meeting room where Karen was already seated. Have a seat, said Karen warmly. How are you doing? Inquired Uma. I'm doing well. Cutting these pretentious small talk session between us, I would like to congratulate you for having been promoted as department head and will now be working directly under CEO, said Karen, congratulating Uma. She has always been like this, bitter and warm, like a strong morning coffee, thought Uma. Oh my god, thank you so much. Stuttering out of joy, Uma for once couldn't believe that good things were finally happening. After reaching her desk, Uma could, couldn't wait to call Veda, who was her cousin sister, technically her soulmate, but according to society, her maternal aunt Masi's daughter. After the death of her parents, Uma was left in the guardianship of her paternal aunt Bua, which things took turn for sore things when her Bua tried to mismanage her college funds, but Uma kept fighting, and her Mossy provided her with the biggest support system ever. She had decided that no matter what, for her higher studies, she will go to USA, where she will live happily after with her Masi, uncle, and Veda. But things that always shine are not gold. Once she moved to US for her higher studies, she quickly realized how out of place she felt. She had watched none of those shows on Netflix or had no idea what K dramas or Korean dramas were. She had mistaken K dramas as the alphabet letter K and thought it was some kind of a genre without realizing that it stands for country Korea, and K drama means the drama that are made in Korea, that are Korean dramas. This led to severe isolation where she could not connect with her colleagues or her college mate or her flatmates due to just being introvert, and this isolation eventually led to depression where going to college that she dreamt of and paid for felt like a punishment from hell. Not knowing what to do, homesick Uma would often confess all her feelings to Veda, who was just 2 months older to her, and like an elder sister, Veda holded her hands through the darkest phase of her life, and for that, Uma always felt like she owned Veda a ton. But Veda was herself a CEO of makeup brand that she built from scratch called Eversense, and has been nothing but successful from being on Forbes 30 under 30 to be winning the CEO of the Year award. There is nothing that Veda has not achieved. But success comes at the cost of something. Now Uma has to book appointment to meet Veda, something she can't think of. But Veda has been nothing but sweet. For every call that she misses of Uma, she leaves a voice note and has tried her best to be there forever for Uma. Uma quickly packed her dress, and for now she was going to meet Veda at her office to give her surprise and a good news all by herself. On her way, Uma picked her favorite white chocolate raspberry truffle cheesecake from her favorite bakery. As soon as Uma reached Veda's office, like always, Madam was busy in her meeting, but her assistant had informed Uma to wait for 10 minutes. Since her office was just a block away, Uma didn't mind and waited in the lobby for Veda. Guess who? Said Veda, covering Uma's eyes. Veda, come on. I really don't know anyone other than you who is this close to me. It is you and always you who does these kiddish things while being the CEO of this big beauty brand, said Uma. Oh, hello. Don't call me kiddish. And if you truly believe that I'm a kid, then explain this to your uncle, who is hell bent on fixing my marriage proposal, suggested Veda. Wait, what? What? A marriage proposal? Again? How many Desi boys are looking for marriages in these months? Isn't it your sixth proposal in 3 months? Oh my god, I can't believe, said Uma. All this while, Uma's uncle and Veda's father are hell bent on fixing her marriage proposal because, for some reason, if a girl is unmarried at 30, then there is nothing worse than that, even if she is a CEO of $1 million company. So for now, Veda meets the guy while being the most obnoxious and opinionated girl out there. And that is probably enough for them to say no to her dad. That is not what is bothering me. Apparently, the guy is some kind of CEO of some stupid $1 billion company, and his family is one of the prestigious families of India with all the cultures and tradition. And my dad fixed my blind date with him before confirming with me, So now my launch for summer collection makeup product is clashing with it, and I tried to talk with my dad, but he is being a total kid at this and has said that he will not visit a doctor if I don't meet the guy. So I'm stuck, said Veda. Oh my god, I mean, what are you gonna do? Asked Uma. Wait, white chocolate raspberry truffle cake? Don't you buy these for special occasion? Said Veda, cutting Uma off. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you. I have been promoted as a department head for my company and I will now be working directly under CEO, said Uma, gleeing happily. Freaking hell! Are you kidding me? And you are telling me this right now? You should have told me when you saw me first. Like, are you for real? Screw everything. Tell me every single detail about this new role. Have you already signed the papers? Give the papers to me. I will have my lawyers read it so we don't have any surprises later on, said Veda, starting off sounding like a mindless cuckoo. Wait, take a deep breath. I just got the news like 45 minutes ago, said Uma. I am so happy for you, Uma. I can't believe you have finally achieved what you have always dreamt of. Congratulations, said Veda, while giving Uma the biggest and the tightest hug ever. Okay, I have to leave. I'm already late. Finish this cake and don't forget to have your lunch. I love you. Bye, said Uma, hurriedly packing her stuff after the sudden realization of time. With sisters, time is of essence. Good or bad, it will pass in seconds if your sister has your back. After arriving at her desk, Uma saw a note from the receptionist asking her to meet HR as soon as possible. Heading to HR right away, Uma wondered what might be the reason. Maybe they wanna ask her before they make a team announcement. Heading towards the meeting room, she saw Karen from the glass window standing with some paperwork, but her expression on her face was rather sorry than of glee. Confused, Uma went in and after exchanging greeting and small talk that they both hate, Karen said, Uma, you know I can't beat around the bush. I have delivered a lot of news to our employees. Some good, some bad. But trust me when I say that this has been the hardest news that I have to tell. And for God knows and every other employee in this company that you have worked your ass off. It breaks my heart to tell you the position of department head that we had offered you cannot be anymore be given to you due to your circumstances. While you are our golden star employee, we realize while doing your paperwork that you are on your OPT extension which will end in 3 months and hence will need H1B1 which this company refuses to sponsor. I am truly so sorry. We will had your position towards Nina and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors. You know, if the company could could sponsor a H1B1, they would have did it for you. But we cannot. We cannot sponsor your H1B1. I'm so sorry, said Karen, refusing to make eye contact with Uma. Uma stood there with tears at her doorstep. Uma just couldn't fathom what had happened. Not only did her dream promotion got snatched away, but she could no longer work this job after 3 months because she has already utilized her OPT extension. Within 3 months, all the things that she has worked for day and night with her sweat and blood, everything vanishes because of a visa. Uma fell down on her knees. It felt like spirits have left her. There was darkness in front of her eyes, and all Uma could think of was, why does every good thing have to be followed by something worse? To a point where happiness feels awkward.